what are your thoughts on like fucking seed oils and shit, bro?
Seed oil.
Yeah, I was
Man,
thinking.
you know what I think.
Yeah, bro. What do you think about that shit, bro?
Oh, so I try cut it out, but like I'm not going to sit there looking at all the ingredients on the packets and everything. I'm just going to try eat healthy, clean, and have olive oil as much as I can instead of, you know, if I'm not going to cook with canola
Extra
oil.
virgin olive oil.
That's it. So, but I've heard I've heard that lots of the olive oil's fake out there.
Bro, I went to Fiji like earlier, like probably like, not 2 months ago, yeah?
Yeah.
Did a podcast here with one of my cousins.
One
of my aunties, right? She's like, "Oh, Billy, I got olive oil for you because we're gonna make souvlakis." Because I made souvlaki from scratch for everyone over in Fiji.
Oh, that's nice.
So we can, have some souvlaki night, yeah. And she got me this. She was so excited. She got the olive oil, and like I looked at it, I smelled it. I'm like, "I'm sorry, auntie. This is like straight fucking soya bean oil. Like there's nothing olive about it. Like you got rotted.
It didn't smell like.
Dude, it smelled like fucking soybeans, cuz.
Far out.
It full smelled like soybeans. And apparently they reckon 80% of olive oil is fake. And that's why the real olive oil now... Mate, I was at the supermarket earlier, yesterday. $25 for 1 litre of olive oil. The Australian one.
Yeah.
Some fucking standard Aussie brand, whatever, at Coles. $25 just for 1 litre.
And was it legit though? Like...
It was legit Australian oil, but I don't even want that shit, bro. I want the Greek stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I just want the stuff in the bareli, you know, at least the 4 litre tin.
The tin. You got to get the tins. They're like $60 though, but I think they're legit because we put it in the fridge and it kind of clumps up a bit, so you can tell it's legit olive oil.
Yeah. Well, you want it in the tin because you don't want it to get sunlight. You don't want it to start.
That too.
The oxidation process from the sunlight.
You don't want it in plastic either because plastic leaches the chemicals. So
tin. But then
every
you
time
can't
I
win,
see
bro.
something in plastic, I'm just like, fuck. They put organic milk in plastic bottles. I'm thinking, what the fuck's wrong with you people? Like,
just put it in a fucking glass.
How hard
shut
is
the
it to
fuck
get
up.
glass? Maybe it's hard to get glass. Maybe we're running out.
What do you mean, bro? This cunt's running around crazy on crack pipes. It's easy to get glass, bro. Glass is simple, bro. They don't know what to do with the recycling of the glass. They've got like 20 Bunnings warehouses full of glass and they just got to recycle them. So I don't know. I don't know what the goal is, but glass is the best. They were using it forever. Like back when we were kids growing up, they had like the gold medal soft drinks.
Oh, I've heard
Greek
about
guy
this,
owns that.
Have you seen his house?
Fucking oath I've seen his house. I took my papu past. I'm like, this is the Greek
it's
embassy.
isn't it?
Yeah, St. George's, bro.
I'm like, what the
Greek
fuck?
flag. I'm like, yeah, he's a sick cunt.
Yeah.
He's a $150 million house probably.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. I think it just. I looked up the house. I wanted to see it, and I'm like, this is fucked. Like, I think they spent.
He spent 70 million fixing it.
Yeah, they fixed it.
Bought it for 30 million, spent 70 million fixing it.
The loan cost 30 million.
Yeah.
Turek, man.
Fucking hell, bro. My house is not even worth $1 million yet.
Are there any logs in Turek? I don't know if I'd be able to live there. There's got to be some Greeks.
There's one. There's I don't know. At least we know there's one, and he's got the biggest house.
That's him.
Yeah, so it's like
probably got the whole family there. The whole Khorgyo's there.
That family, they started just from soft drinks. Yeah, gold medal soft drinks in a glass fucking bottle, right? Because if you think about it, like the biggest companies in the world, like Coca-Cola and like Pepsi, Schweppes, all that stuff. Yeah, it's just fucking carbon. Yeah, it's just carbonated water. It's so, and then they just mix sugar into it, right? Great way to make money. But also a great way to fucking poison the whole population.
Of course. Oh, yeah. 100%.
You know what I mean? So
the government probably gives you grants and stuff. They think, great, look at these guys. They're doing our work for us.
Well, the funny thing is when you go into a supermarket these days, right? When you go into the supermarket, like 90% of everything in the supermarket is a refined carbohydrate product or refined. Even I noticed like when I was in keto, bro. They try to make all these keto products now for people. And I'm just like, we're doing it for fucking the whole food aspect of it. Like, we're trying to just get to the source.
Do they sneak seed oils into it, though? Into the keto stuff?
Bro, the fucking oath they do. Canned ola oils, soybean oils. They make all these things. Like, they try keto bars. You know, they'll make...
Yeah, I've seen them.
Whatever they think's hot, bro. These companies don't care. They just want to sell products, bro. And that's why when you go to the supermarket, you're literally looking at cancer. You're looking at diseases, but it's just in a nice packet and it makes you feel good, so you get it. you know.
Or they manipulate us with the packets, the colouring, it's the colours, the way colours play.
And the flavours too.
100%. And which brings me to the point when I was in Steiner school, I was...
you went to Steiner school?
For prep, yeah, I did a year there in prep.
What a sick cunt, bro.
In Collingwood College. It was beautiful.
I've got all these books. I love Steiner.
Steiner's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was in this Waldorf education.
Yeah.
And they only introduce certain colours at certain ages in the classrooms, but all the colours are earthy colours. There's nothing that's bright. There's nothing that's
natural
tones. Natural tones,
No
right?
shit.
And the reason for that is so your eyes aren't getting stimulated by these colours, and it's setting off the dopamine receptors, right? So you're always your baseline level is always going to be like consistent. You're not going to be doing
your brain waves are relaxed, so then you can actually focus.
Exactly. And when you do have a high, it's a proper high. It's not just like, TikTok colors, boom, boom, boom. My brain's going like this. But the whole point of Steiner was that it was realistic for real life.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, in that sense, it's not realistic anymore, because if you're in Steiner, you've grown up in Steiner.
That's like growing up in the fucking 90s and 80s.
Exactly. But if you...
pre-technology.
Which is great, right?
Yeah, of
great.
course, of
but
course.
if you get to grade 6 and all of a sudden...
You slap with an iPad.
You slap with an iPad and you get onto your TikTok, is it going to fuck you up even more because you're not used to it?
Yeah. It's going to be
you're going to malfunction.
Foaming from the mouth.
Yeah, you're going to malfunction even more.
Yeah.
So maybe we got to start introducing kids to this, or maybe are we able to remove it all completely? Probably not. I assume not. Like,
so hard.
How's my son going to text the 20 girls he's going to text? You know what I mean?
20 or 30 girls.
How's he going to have 20 girlfriends? He's going to need a phone.
Yeah.
Nah, but
He's gonna have to,
it's a problem.
They're going to have to call him on the landliner there. Excuse me, is Demetrius home? Or whatever you call your son. What you call it?
Demetrius Jr.
Yeah, Demetrius Jr. That's when you know you fucking made it in life. When you got a little Mimi Jr. running around.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, names. I think don't you have? You don't have a choice. You have to call your kid after your dad's name. Yeah.
That's a modern thing.
What are you gonna do?
It actually used to be in the Koryo, or at least where my Yaya and Papa were all from.
Yeah.
In the Koryo, it was after your nuno or nuna. So the nuno would name you after themselves, or they would get to choose the name.
Yeah.
Because that's how it worked. They'd baptize you, they'd choose the name. So it's a bit modern, the whole, you have to be named after your papa or whatever. But I think I'm gonna go like something like Lord
Achilles.
Of the Rings. Yeah, something ancient. I like the ancient names.
Yeah, fucking oath. Same here. I feel kind of like bad. My papa was just like, what are you gonna call your kid? Anastasios. I'm like, maybe I'll call if I have a girl, I'll call her Anastasia. And like a loophole it.
Yeah, there's always loopholes.
Yeah, 100%. And then I'll think of like a new name for my son. I don't know. Who knows, bro? I don't want to think about it now. I've got plenty of... I don't know. I'm older than you, bro. You got plenty of time.
No, I'm running out of time, man. You're looking younger and younger.
Honestly, it's lucky for men. In our 30s, we're not panicking. I think when women, like biologically, when they get to 30, they start panicking.
Yeah,
like they have hormonal shifts. Their body starts changing, and then they kind of feel like they need to settle down quick. Whereas with men in their 30s, just like, what? This is just 20s with money.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Yeah,
it's weird, but it's good.
So we can have kids till what age?
Bro, I know old blokes. Robert De Niro, he had a kid.
Nah.
Bro, that kind of had a kid at 70, bro.
Bullshit.
What you call it? Scarface. What's his name?
Tony Montana.
Yeah, his actual name.
Al Pacino.
Him. He had a kid at 67, bro, with like a 25-year-old. Yeah. You just got to look after your boys, and that's your sweet.
But no, we can't these days, man. That generation could do that stuff.
That generation could. We got to fucking watch out for phthalates and BPAs and fucking heavy metals and fluoride and mobile phone radiation.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what it's like when you're holding you're holding your phone for longer than like 15, 20 minutes and you start to feel everything warm.
Well, I don't do it anymore, but yeah, that's...
Yeah. I don't do it anymore either, but then...
Mine's on speaker. But my speaker doesn't fucking work, man. The government got to me. they fucked my speaker.
And then on top of that, like, fucking... I've got these AirPods, right?
Nah. Why do you have AirPods,
because I found them for free. I found them on the floor and I picked them up, and then I'm like, what is this? Like, are these like a shitty pair of headphones? And then they turned out to be
a shitty pair of headphones.
Fucking AirPod Pros.
You're kidding.
Yeah, $400 pair. I just reset them.
Sell them, bre. Just sell them.
I don't know, bro.
They're too good, aren't
They're
they?
too
You're
good,
addicted.
bro. Yeah.
The devil saw you. He's like,
The Bills
I'm
AirPod
going to get
Pros
to him.
now.
I'm going to get to him.
Bro, honestly,
was
that
like-
could have been what it. Who knows? But it's nice, bro. Because my speaker port's fucked from painting. It's got so much dust in it and everything.
Yeah.
iPhone 15 Pro Max. Like I've got to clean it every week, bro. But yeah, going back to like all the things that is trying to kill us, they're definitely one of them.
But what's the sperm count going to, a 2040 or 2050, it's going to be 0?
Children of Men. Do you remember that movie? The Children of Men? It's a movie about no one can have kids anymore. Men are all fucking sterile. Haven't you heard about it?
Wouldn't be surprised. It's probably going to...
It's a movie called Children of Men.
It's pretty sad, but what can we do? You just got to take care of yourself. And the whole vaccine as well coming into play, like...
The year 2027, the last days of the human race. No child
this
has
is a new
been
one.
born for 18 years. He must protect our only hope. And it's like this one African lady.
2027.
It's the movie's based in 2027, but it was created in 2006, bro. Dystopian action thriller film directed by
I don't mind this
Alfonso
actor,
Cuarón.
this one here.
Yeah, he's a sick cunt, this actor. What's his name?
he's a
What's
bit of
his
a sick
name?
cunt.
What's his name? Clive Owen. Yeah, he's all right, man. This is a ripper movie. Like for people that are a bit conspiracy minded, if you haven't seen Children of Men, get onto it. It's fucking hectic to show like what could potentially be coming in the future. That's like
Pretty
Matrix
close to happening.
with fertility. For fertility.
Well, do they even specify if you can have kids in the Matrix?
Yeah, good point. I don't know, because everyone's just born in pods.
Yeah. So I wonder.
Yeah.
And there's a new movie on Netflix called The Pod, and everyone has to be born by pods now because
What? Yeah.
it's a new one. I haven't seen it, but like
The
everyone
Pod.
has to be born by pods because you have to artificially have babies. All these fucking futuristic movies talk about it. Artificially.
Bro, is any cunt going to be organic in 100 years? Back in the Choreo, you know, is there
Yeah,
going
we
to be
gotta
even
move to the
people?
Choreo, man.
Yeah, we're going to move back
Get
to the
your
Choreo in the
wife, go to the
mountains.
Choreo, yeah,
Is
live
that
in the
is that the
mountains.
only hope? Because
I
like,
don't know, man.
Think about this, yeah. Think about this. Our Papu's generation, right? Kind of like just born after World War II or during World War II, so their lives were super hard. They're in the Choreo, in the mountains. You know, their whole life would have been hiding from the fucking Italians and the Germans
and stuff.
and the
Yeah,
Ottomans.
Oh,
So
maybe not I don't know if that was the same time. I think
Ottomans
it
was
a
the
bit earlier.
1860s,
Yeah,
bit earlier. But yeah, just say for 3 generations ago, Ottomans was probably like seven generations.
My
maybe.
actually no, 2 generations ago, my ancestors were running from the Ottomans. That was probably early 1900s.
Early 1900s, still.
Yeah.
Still.
This is in
What about
Turkey,
when they
though,
burnt the
modern-day
ships?
Turkey.
Modern day Turkey.
Yeah. The ships in Smyrna.
Yeah, when they burnt them all down. And then they
Touchy, bro. It's touchy subject.
when the Greeks burnt all the
Greeks burnt them down.
yeah, the Greeks burnt all the Turkish ships down.
Where was this?
That was like at the start of the revolution in 1860 when the Greeks
Where was that?
gained control back over the Ottoman Empire and then reclaimed Greece for themselves. There was one the Revolutionary Act by a small group of Greeks, and they all these Turkish ships that were at port, right? The Greeks literally burnt them all down, and then after that they
That's
took
when it
control of the
started.
city, and then others heard about that, and then it perpetuated from there. And then
I see. That
Greece
started
ended up getting their own sovereignty back.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. But for our Papu's generation, right? They go World War II. You know, they don't have fridges, bro. They don't have electricity.
Yeah.
They're like using salt to fucking store their meat, pretty much, and just surviving off corta. Right. So then they come to Australia, the big new land place of opportunity, whatever. Work their asses off, create something, and then parents' generation, our parents' generation, like the boomers, or around there. They get to live in like a really, really good time where you can buy a house for fucking 15, 20 grand.
Yeah, I know.
Right. And, do that kind of stuff. And, everything's going up. They're living in the time of like the most prosperity ever. And then now with us, it's like with not all of us, but with some of us, we have a yearning to go back to the fucking
To the Cordior.
back to the Cordillera, back to the mountains. Why would you want to go there? That's so 100 years ago. But it's like in a cycle. It's just like no. We see what's happening. We want to actively, to consciously.
They had no choice but to be there. We have the choice now, and we can see what's just nature is better. Being nature, anything natural is better. We don't want to sit at computers all day.
We don't want to merge with this artificial. Who knows? This could be the fucking Antichrist, bro, that they're talking about. The world said in 2012 the Mayan calendar fucking ended. Yeah. In 2012 they created the Large Hadron Collider, and also they freaking figured out AI. So with those two things, like. Is that like, did the end of the world actually happen there? And like, since now it's just like, is this the end times? My papa always says that. He says it all the time. It's like, we are at the end times, man. In India, they speak about the Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga,
yeah.
Kali Yuga is the longest yuga.
It's an age of darkness for like a long time. I think
400,000
years. Correct. Yeah,
it's the longest one as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just darkness.
That's scary.
And in my ayahuasca visions, I've seen darkness for a very long time.
In this, like, as in your lifetime,
or
this current lifetime,
it showed me some fucking hectic vision. Yeah. But it's called the Confluence Age. It's right at the end, and you can see around the world. You can see all the ancient wars are starting back up again. You got fucking Ukraine and Russia punching on, which is kind of like NATO. And
that's more than Russia. Ukraine and Russia, really. It's kind of the West versus the East.
Yeah, and
to
then,
some degree.
Yeah, and then you've got Israel. That's opened up again. With Palestine.
And all the friends are getting involved.
And it's kind of like it's hectic, bro. It's almost like it's like fucking the Crusades have come back. Like it's Christianity, or sorry, not Christianity, but Judaism versus Islam. But in a way, all these ancient religions are like they're punching on again, bro.
Yeah.
And then China's like, they've written down that like we're gonna take Taiwan in 2027. Like that's their plan. That's Xi Jinping's plan in 2027 to take Taiwan, the reunification of Taiwan.
And here we are paying taxes.
Bro,
we're just trying to pay taxes,
the taxes that they have us fucking pay, bro. Give me a break, cuz.
To fund the wars, to fund these wars.
My money's going to, like, what, Ukraine? Like, Zelensky's lost, bro. The cunt's an actor, bro. Like, he's an NPC, bro.
Yeah,
like, how did people are oblivious, bro? They just get away with anything.
Yeah,
the media. It's crazy, bro. What do you do? What do you do? How do you stay sovereign in a time like this? You know?
Yeah, no, you can see how it would be could be considered end of times. But I mean, there's always been wars and stuff going on, so you can't really look at that alone and say this is the end of times. But have we ever had technology like this, doing this kind of damage to people?
That's what I think. Like,
have we had the sperm counts this low? Have we ever had rates of cancer this high? Not collectively as a whole world, you know?
No, definitely not since especially 2020. The all-cause mortality rate's gone up like threefold.
I wonder what. Nah. Yeah.
But what do you do? What do you do? You know? Like, we got pretty close during that time because obviously we felt a certain way.
Yeah. And well, we actually met at Gnosis. And then we were like somehow started going protests together.
Yeah, we met about we are. Okay. We met at the, what was that guy's name? Giles, right? And he was talking about the
Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, and the ancient stories about Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. So I was trying to figure out what's going on, these fucking dragons or some shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't actually remember much about it, but
Quetzalcoatl was it was like a mortal that became a god.
Yeah,
that's his story. He went through all these trials and tribulations. His stepbrother fucked him over.
But what does it represent?
And then he became the underworld. Pretty much crowned him a god. He was like a mortal that became a god. I think that was the story of him, like the plight of like a mortal to become a god, or maybe a demigod. I'm not sure. Yeah, but he came back and he became like a fucking He could fly.
Well, so it's not Kundalini related at all. It's not about, because maybe you know how like
it could be, but
there's
like
always stories of ancient serpents and like Kundalini, like we've got the rainbow serpent in Australia. I'm sure there's serpents all around the world, like ancient stories.
Of course.
Maybe these are actually like giant underworld protectors, like protectors of the world or something. Like, you know how they say there's theories that the snakes were so big that they actually did carve paths in the ground, like the megafauna and megafauna we had. Yeah, so maybe they say the snakes made the rivers. Maybe they actually did potentially, because they were so big, make the rivers. And there might have only been one or two of these snakes around, but like...
Well, there might have been more, bro. If there's fucking... if they reckon there's dinosaurs, you know?
Yeah, who's to say there's not a giant snake?
They're making dinosaur nuggets. They're pumping dinosaurs into the whole primary school education thing. We grew up with learning about dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like that was how many millions of years ago? 200 million years ago.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, you know, snakes, they're dinosaurs, they're both reptiles, bro. Even a cat, when you look at the cat's eyes, they're reptiles, bro.
Yeah.
It's got cats have reptilian eyes, and when you look at the mouth of a cat, it's the same mouth as a snake.
You're kidding.
It's crazy, bro. I'll show you.
You're kidding.
A cat's mouth.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Press that button. It's so small. Cat's mouth for a snake. Look at that.
Nah, what the fuck?
That's a cat and that's a snake, bro. What? Taylor Swift? What the fuck? Get out of here. But look, it's quite similar, yeah? In a way. A little bit.
No, it's very similar.
But
the way it opens
also,
up is the same.
Yeah,
the actual structure
cats,
of it.
Now look at cat's eyes. Cat's eyes versus snakes. That's what cats look. That's their eyes, right? I want a better. So that's what cats look like.
Yeah, when
they've got the same eyes as a snake. Which is which one?
Yeah, look, that one there.
That one there.
The bottom, two to the right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No shit. Crocodile eye, goat eye. Yeah, goats look fucking weird, bro. I know.
They look inbred. I think that lots of them are.
Whatever it is cooked.
So that's the cat eye.
That's a cat eye, snake eye, and a crocodile's eye. So they're from the. They've got the same occipital fucking structure as reptilian based, you know, mainly reptile based life forms. Yeah. Like I know we're somewhat reptilian. They say we got
have
a
the
reptilian.
R complex part of our brain still active.
Yeah,
and I think men use the R complex more than women.
Ooh,
that's why
dumb cunts.
That's why we can like
logical and rational and collected,
but also like start wars, right? Because
punch
less compassion.
Yeah,
not that we're all cunts, but
yeah,
like you can start a war, you can drop a bomb on a place. Like I don't know if I
don't think women would. Well, maybe it just depends on how much testosterone.
Hillary Clinton, but she's a reptilian.
Yeah, bro. She's probably the world record holder of the amount of people she's killed. That's a woman. She's a mass murderer, cuz.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just thought that was really interesting. I just found out recently. Because I always thought, cats are just like lions and tigers and all that kind of stuff, but their eyes are exactly like crocodiles and snakes. But what's going on with the goat there, bro? What's going on with the goat?
Because they're inbred, man. I'm telling you.
They're cooked, bro. But what about goats? What else? Like what
about
sheep? Goat and sheep, do they have the same eyes? I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't
goat
know.
And sheep. Sheep, isn't there sheep and a goat? Like a same thing there.
Similar,
same.
Yeah.
They're the same. Man, I was at my mate's house. This cunt, he's got fucking like Noah's Ark at his joint, bro. He doesn't have a boat, but he's got fucking like 20 animals, bro. This cunt fucking froths animals. I don't know why. Just lives at home by himself. He had 2 sheep. One died. So he's got 2 sheep. He's got 2 dogs. He's got 4 chickens. He's got a cat. Cunt's got a snake. He's got a scorpion, and he's probably got other shit too.
He's got everything.
He's got everything, right? And he was showing me sheep one day, and like the sheep was like running away, and like they went around the corner. I went to look at it, and then the fucking sheep fucking like literally rammed my fucking knee, bro.
You're kidding?
Yeah, like right at my MCL, and literally like just fucking like fucked my whole knee up, and like my whole knee like just swelled, like full head butted the side of my knee.
Shit.
Same knee, I had a fucking operation for a meniscus surgery as well.
Oh, you're kidding?
Busted it because I couldn't walk for like 2 hours. I was just looking at the sheep and I was looking at that. And I was like, I fucking want to fucking barbecue you, can't make souvlaki out of you. Right, you fucking dog. Anyway, it was just looking at me with those eyes, bro. It was looking at me with those eyes and just like, meh, meh, meh. Like, I'm like, fuck, bro, let me kill this, bro. I'll give you $250 what you paid for the animal, bro. I just want to like skin it.
Oh.
And, bro, I couldn't fucking like walk properly for like.
Kidding.
It took me 3 months to run again. It's crazy, man. They're
interesting with animals, though.
Weird animals, bro.
Weird animals.
But tasty meat. And they're
tasty, but you know what? I've got this theory that the it's not always about how tasty the meat is and how like nice it the texture of it is. We should be eating like hard meats that like you would want the attributes of. So you want to be like a bull, like you want to be as strong as a bull. Eat the bull, even if it's tough as fuck. Who cares?
No shit.
Eat the balls, whatever. Like eat all of it. You know what I mean? The ancient Greeks used to train for what they would. So whatever they were training for, if they were training for wrestling, they would eat roosters that had survived a cockfight. Right? Or
no
like
shit.
One cockfight.
They've been through some fucking heavy duty.
They've got the energy of that win, that triumph, but they've also got the nutrients that it takes to win the battle too in their muscles, right?
Yeah, wow.
Because for a kangaroo to jump, for example, as high as it does, it needs to be sufficient in the nutrients that it takes for that muscle to have that power, right?
Of course.
So you're going to eat the animal.
It's got that muscle memory. Same nutrients. It's got that muscle memory.
Exactly.
Man.
There's an energy to it, but there's also a physical characteristic as well. So
no shit, bro. I never thought about that.
If I was on a farm, I'd be eating fucking kangaroo.
Kangaroo's good, man.
Bull. I'd be getting like strong bull, like just letting it reproduce, but like eating the strong bulls.
Yeah. Because, like, what the fuck are they? All the Japan marble score, all the massaging, sitting down, drinking purified water, feeding them soy. Bro. Everyone talks about marble score, Wagyu beef, and all this shit, bro. I've been to Japan.
Expensive as fuck, too.
I've been to the Japan. I've seen, like, I've been to some of the most expensive fucking places where they make the meat. I've been on tours.
And they feed the soy.
Bro, they get fed soy, bro. They get soy. What I would say, there's one Japanese guy out there, right, and he's feeding them a mixture of like, I think it's like 50% soy, 50% olives.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's given the meat a texture of like olive oil.
No.
It tastes like you're cooking with olive oil.
No way.
That's cool. They haven't figured out how to just feed them olives because they don't want olives.
Yeah, I see.
But maybe a combination. I was thinking of grass-fed with olives would be more kind of like
for you as well.
Yeah. So
probably tastes better too than soy.
Like, I've marinated some grass-fed beef for us to have later.
Beautiful.
Just
I
some
saw it before.
steaks.
Yeah.
I'm similar to you, man. You know, like what goes in. You know, you're trying to run a well-fueled, well-oiled machine, right, to last as long as like. What are we doing this for? Longevity. When cunts go to the supermarket and they're buying highly processed cereal carbohydrates, like, bro, we're not even supposed to have cereal, bro. We're not even supposed to really have breakfast. It was just a scam made by some white Americans in the 50s.
Yeah.
You know, Sanitarium, Kellogg's, it's all a cult, bro. Some people can see that. Some people
can't see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't wake up hungry. Actually, I used to wake up hungry, but now I don't really wake up hungry anymore. And I find that if you eat in the morning, you're going to be hungry later in the day. But if you don't, if you hold off, you're not going to be.
Correct. That's what I noticed, especially in ketosis, man. Like my ability to just concentrate, have a clear mind, not feel hungry, and then have my first meal at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, man.
Good time.
And that might even just be like a 30 grams, like a fat kind of like 30 grams of fat and some protein. You know, just like a little fat bomb, I'd call it.
That's good. That's good.
But dude, like, you kind of earn it.
Yeah.
You got to earn it, bro. How do you earn it if you get up in the morning and you eat cereal and then your blood sugar's already spiked and then it comes crashing and then you get all these, you start feeling hungry again. Like how back in the day.
And most people break their fast on the first thing they wake up, like 15 minutes coffee. Like, fuck, man, I was watching Huberman, like says like wait minimum like 2 hours till you have a coffee,
Yeah,
which
you wanna
makes
get
sense.
the
So
sunlight, bro, first.
you need the sunlight first. You need to wake up. Don't go on your phone. All that bullshit. Don't
Yeah.
have the coffee because then you're gonna crash.
Just sun your
earlier on in
balls
the day.
before you have some coffee, all right? That's what you got to do.
And the asshole.
Yeah, perineum today. Get that perineum glowing.
I don't do that.
Well, you can't in winter anyway. It's too hard. There's no fucking sun.
Oh, I haven't gone sun in so long. But yeah, I to be honest though, I keep my tan. I just eat a lot of tomatoes, carrots.
Yep,
Got to
yep.
eat your food's high in melanocytes.
Yep,
and
melanocytes.
You'll keep your tan for longer.
Melanin.
Yeah.
That's the way, huh?
There's more melanocytes in tomatoes than carrots. People think carrots are good, but tomatoes are actually stronger. But I think they're a bit more acidic. So depends.
Definitely
People
more
who have
acidic.
gout can't have. I don't think they can have gout or arthritis. Can't have as many tomatoes as the rest of us. I think it causes a bit more inflammation, which I notice as well, and also get like a weird tongue after I have tomatoes, which might be an allergic reaction, but I don't think it is because I have quite a few. It's like chomp on them.
Yeah, I think that's just pretty normal. I think it's just the acidity and the pH, but like of the actual tomatoes themselves. Like even when I'm cutting tomatoes, when I cut up like heaps of tomatoes for a Greek salad, I'll feel it like it feels weird on my hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'll notice like it's like the acidity of it, the pH.
Do you have sensitive hands though, or?
I don't know. I just noticed with tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like I can notice when I'm cutting up like 5 or 6 tomatoes to make like a big Greek salad. When I'm doing the tomatoes and I've got all the tomato juice on my hands and I'm kind of like mixing it out. Something about the acidity of the tomatoes. Like even in keto, right?
Tomates, mate.
Tomates. In keto, you're not allowed tomatoes. They're too sugary. The mixture of sugar with the pH, but maybe the sugar is what causes like within its fermentation to make it acidic.
True.
You know what I mean? Whereas zucchini is just fucking the best thing. Zucchinis are great, man. I love making moussaka with like zucchinis and eggplants.
They absorb a lot too, don't they? Like when you flavor them.
Oh yeah, especially in a moussaka with heaps of just like lamb mince.
Yeah.
Lamb mince and beef
I haven't had
mince.
moussaka in a while.
Yeah, bro. I have to make it like. Sometimes my mum will make it. Mum's Indian, but she knows how to make all the Greek food. She knows how to make all the Greek desserts as well.
Beautiful.
Very lucky. She learnt everything from my yaya. And
so they spent a bit of time together.
They lived with my grandparents as a kid. Grew up in Paran.
There you go.
Near you guys. You grew up in what? Fitzroy.
Fitzroy North, yeah.
I
was born in St Albans.
Yep.
So
rough.
A bit far. I don't remember it, man. I was pretty small when I left, but yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
It's cultured at least. Where I am now, it's pretty. Fitzroy's a bit very left wing, like green hair, blue hair. You walk down the street, it's a bit.
Is that what's going on in Fitzroy?
To the senses. You know, we were talking about the color theory before, Steiner's color theory. Harsh colors. Yeah, you walk outside, you're getting bombarded by blue hair, green hair, bright hair. Yeah.
Wow.
If you're lucky, they might even dye their armpits. Who knows?
Give them another couple months, bro. They'll have it. They'll do it.
That's progressive for you.
Voting for Joe Biden. Are you voting for fuck Trump? They hate Trump, bro. Guess what? I got news for you. Trump's winning this year, 2024. Bro.
I like Robert Kennedy, man.
I like Robert Kennedy too, but they'll probably fucking kill him. They've already half killed him.
How?
The poor guy.
How?
Apparently they tried to fucking kill him as his voice went like that. They tried to poison him or kill him.
Oh, you're kidding.
Something like that, I heard.
Wow. I like how he's friends with Aubrey Marcus as well.
Aubrey loves him, bro.
That to me is like a big...
loves him.
Yeah.
Aubrey's a G.
He's a G.
He's a G.
Which means Robert's also probably a G because they're close. They're always liking each other's posts.
But they never, like... Even Biden and Kamala Harris are shit scared of Robert F. Kennedy. That's the problem. Like, he is the best opponent for Trump. He's their best chance for Democrats to win. But the Democrats are so fucking cooked, They've cooked themselves so hard the last couple of years. Yeah. You know, getting in bed with all the fucking, all the big fucking tech companies in fucking San Francisco. Like, they've become a cult, bro. It's become a mind virus. And, you know, by me saying that, I'm not a fucking super right person, I grew up a liberal.
Yeah.
Because back then, when I was a kid in school, right? George Bush was bombing the fuck out of Iraq, and he was a Republican.
Yeah.
And they were launching wars left, right, and center. And then Obama came in, and we
did
just
the
like,
same thing.
and
Actually,
it was
worse.
changed. Yeah, he did it 10 times worse, bro. And everyone was like, "Oh yeah, you know, my president's black, my Lambo's blue, Young Jeezy, you know, music, everything was like pro Obama, like he's gonna change the world." Bro, he didn't change shit, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't change shit. He made it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone just got over it. And then as soon as Trump got elected, he stopped all the wars, cuz. He actually pulled out. Like there was no started wars, and all Trump was doing was actually
He still did Operation Warp Speed though. That's
what's that one?
That's where he fast tracked the vaccine, tried to push it out to as many people as he could.
Operation Warp Speed.
Warp Speed, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Not the best. So
look,
some pros and cons, but that one for me was a big like fuck you. When Sadhguru did it, I used to love Sadhguru. I still do love him, even though he like did that. But I was like, when I saw Sadhguru talking about the vaccine, I'm like, what? Because I've seen the way he talks about God, and I've genuinely there's one video I watched, and this was old Sadhguru, by the way.
Yeah,
this is when he used to actually look older. He looks a lot younger now, but he used to look more rough.
The adrenochrome, dude.
I don't know what it is, but he used to look more rough. He looked more like you can see
in the
his
wilderness,
eyes.
bro. Like he was, actually.
And he's talking about God, and the way he's talking about it is like the video somewhere on the internet, and it's just like he's crying, and I'm like, fuck. I started crying as well. I knew exactly what he was talking about, so I know there is a legitimate part about Sadhguru. There is some legitimacy there, but when he's got, I don't know if he's got
maybe
lost
he's so
along the
high
way.
up. Maybe he's so high
no
up in that
choice.
thing that he doesn't have a choice, because he goes to all those big fucking G20 things, and he's in with all the fucking
and the influence he has over
Klaus
people.
Schwab and all those United Nations heretics.
He's probably got more influence than Bill Gates. Like, think about it. There's over a billion people in India. 1.4 billion people in India.
Of people, bro.
That's the 7th of the world, probably more. You know,
legit.
He has influence over so many people. Of course, they want him. You know, like, but it makes sense.
A lot of Indians just took ivermectin instead, an antiparasitic, and they were fine. They didn't actually.
Well, when I was in India, no one had COVID. Like, no one spoke about COVID. No one wore masks. Everyone thinks, oh, India's dirty. Like, you know what? The streets might look dirty, but no one's fucking sick.
Yeah,
you don't see anyone sick.
No one's sick, huh?
No one's sick.
Wow.
There's cow shit everywhere as well, which may help some.
With mushrooms, bro. Psilocybin grows from that, bro. That's probably why they don't kill them, to be honest.
I don't know, but they say that the cow shit actually, in Ayurveda, there's lots of different things they use to...
Medicinal, bro.
There's lots of medicinal purposes with the cow shit, yeah. Build
gas
out of
gets
it.
released out of it. So if you store heaps of cow shit in one area and you kind of create a thing, then the vapors from that will come off, and then you have a gas stove. You can create a gas stove
out of cow shit.
Pipe. Yeah, it's methane.
That's why they worship cows, I guess.
I reckon because of the psilocybin aspect, they probably worship the cows, because the psilocybin molecule is so close to the DMT molecule. It's just like the ability to be able to fucking expand your consciousness on such a degree, and then also like within the Indian architecture and all their temples and shit, you can see. I'm just like, it's psychedelic, bro. It's they've been doing mushrooms for 100,000 years. Yeah, it's just, someone came along and probably destroyed a lot of their
I wouldn't be surprised.
Culture and tried to. It's like someone's trying to destroy all that.
But it's still pretty intact.
From everybody.
It's still pretty. India's very intact compared to other places. Out
of all the other countries or religions, I'd say Hindu. Like, we talk about religions and countries here. India's always been Hindu, right?
Yeah.
And they've been Hindu for fucking 5,000-6,000 plus years. Like, written, recorded Sanskrit goes back like 7,000-8,000 years.
Well, you ask them about the Mahabharata and all this. Yeah. They'll tell you.
My cousin Shah is an expert with all that.
Yeah, they tell you, it's 400,000 years old. These battles happened 400,000 years ago.
432,000 years, cyclical. So the aliens came down on spaceships. Like, this is all the stories that they've passed down. And like, when you see all these other countries, especially Greece, as a country, like before Christianity, they had it was always polytheism. It's always like different gods. It's like you have different gods of everybody had different gods, bro. But
they all worshipped and they took the attributes of the gods they worshipped, and everyone was different. So Greece was like not just a country, or it wasn't Greece back then.
Yeah.
But it was where like the languages were spoken, and then where they transferred over. That's where like was kind of the border of the Hellenic Empire. But everywhere would have been like a different country. This is the country that worships Hermes. This is the country that worships Dionysius.
Yeah.
This is the country of Athena.
City-states,
City-states. And it was like,
running like
that's
countries.
ancient antiquity. But it still all represented the one God.
Yeah.
It still came from, you can still see the monotheistic aspect of
Definitely.
polytheism.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's still the divine trinity in it. You still got Poseidon, Hades, Zeus. The same way you've got Krishna, Vishnu, and Shiva.
Yeah,
You know,
what about for the
divine trinity.
Egyptians? It's
Still, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Iris, Horus.
Ra. What's the one of the underworld?
Yeah,
I
I don't
remember. Damn.
But they got it too?
Yeah, they got it too. Even
the
even the
Romans-
Vikings, bro.
They've got
Well,
it
the
too
Romans,
as
weren't the
well.
Romans the barbarians? And then after they kind of like, you know, stabbed Greece in the back.
I don't know, bro. All I know is that the Romans killed Jesus.
Yeah, bro, they did. And Jesus, he died. He got crucified by the Romans, bro.
Mm.
And then Christianity was born.
I don't know why they were so scared of
A revolutionary. He was the original revolutionary, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
100%.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest things about Jesus was he said no. He stood up for what he believed in, and he said, "I'm willing to take my life for this."
Mm.
And not many people, like, do people truly understand what he did? Like, because like during 2020, we had a bit of a choice.
Yeah.
A lot of people were throwing stones. They were casting the stones at others. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
A bit like that.
I know what you mean.
I noticed
It was
that.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find interesting. I saw the other day that when Jesus was like getting taken, when Judas betrayed him, they said one of his disciples whispered in his ear. He's like, he pulled out his sword and I think he tried to kill someone that was trying to take him.
Yeah.
And Jesus said, "Put back your sword, like the fool dies by his sword," or something like that.
The fool dies by his sword.
Something along those lines. And then later on he said, "You know, I have 72,000 angels willing to come through and destroy earth, but at any given moment, like..."
Fuck, bro.
But he
Give
didn't.
me shivers.
He didn't, yeah. And the whole thing, I was
72,000
reading about
angels.
Judas, actually. There's something really interesting about Judas.
Yeah.
So the Gnostics, the early Christians, believed that Judas was actually good. And Judas understood Jesus better than all the disciples. And so Jesus said to Judas, he said, "I'm going to give you the task of doing what you're going to do." And there's actually a gospel called the Gospel of Judas. And they talk about this in the Gospel of Judas.
Gospel
and
of Judas,
yeah,
bro.
and the Gnostics believe this, and the Gnostics believe that Judas was tasked with the to backstab Jesus pretty much, and to sell him out. So he's the most hated figure in all religion.
But
Judas.
he had that role. Someone had to do that role.
Someone had to do it. It was the sacrifice they had to do, and it has
30
something
pieces
to
of
do with
silver.
tricking the devil into some kind of sacrifice, which actually wasn't a sacrifice. It's something to do with tricking the devil, which is what the Gnostics also believed, and they were killed for the Gnostics.
So
the early Gnostics.
Okay. They got killed.
They got killed for believing all these different things. There's so many. The Book of Enoch, the Apocryphon of John. They talk about
Imagine how many
angels,
books they had.
archons.
Imagine how many books they had in the Library of Alexandria before they
I
burned
know.
them
Well, there's a
down,
library
cuz-
called the Nag Hammadi Library, which is where these
Nag Hammadi?
Nag Hammadi, which is where these apocryphal texts are, and they've been taken out of the Bible. They weren't put into the Bible, and there they talk about like the demiurge. If you know what that is, like the demiurge, they talk about archons.
What's the demiurge? Explain it to
Aeons.
everybody.
All right, so the demiurge,
Yeah.
you have these. So you have the pleroma, right? The pleroma is like this divinity. I don't understand it because I haven't been there. But I mean, maybe my soul has. I don't know. But there's the pleroma,
Yeah.
which is where all this divinity is, and there's the one God that comes from there, right? And after that, you have the aeons, which are the aeons. There's depending on what kind of belief you have. There's 15 pairs in groups of 30 in hierarchical, 30 of them in groups of 2 in hierarchical order.
Yep.
And they're also different aspects of the divinity. So you could say aspects of God.
Yeah.
And slowly they unfold until it gets to the last aeon, which is Sophia, wisdom.
Sophia.
Yeah. And Sophia is, and this somehow ties into polytheism and ties into religion as well. You know, I mean,
Sophia means like Mother Earth in a way. I think it was.
Well, in the ancient Greek myths, they actually talk about Gaia, Mother Earth, and she's the last. She's kind of where things start to unfold and become a bit crazy. Yeah. But anyway, Sophia is Sophia unfolds, and then there's some kind of little thing where Sophia kind of falls from grace, the same way, you know, like Lucifer or whatever. There's a falling from grace, which is a common kind of thing that we see, a common motif, and that's where the demiurge starts. And so the demiurge is this creator of Earth, so you could say Mother Earth, but like not in a positive way. The creator in like a negative way, where God, the creator of this earth, the demiurge, thinks that he's the main creator when really he's kind of flawed and egotistical, and there's some kind of negative aspects. There's good aspects from the pleroma because he comes from the pleroma, but he's fallen from grace a bit.
Like a fallen angel.
Like a fallen angel almost. And so the demiurge has these archons working for him or her. I don't know.
Demiurge and archons, it just sounds evil too.
It kind of do, don't they? And
it's got that evil tinge to it. Archons.
Yeah. And so the archons, there's a belief that, you know, that they're trying to trap us here, keep us here. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, the archons work for the demiurge. And so the Gnostics believed that the eons felt sorry for us, the humans here, so they inserted something called pneuma into us. Pneuma, which is something from the pleroma, the divinity from the pleroma. And the divinity from the pleroma that comes into us, the pneuma, is like the great spirit, the spirit of life, the same spirit that it's like breath. I think it translates to breath. Prana, chi, life force energy, same thing. It's in us. It's like the soul, but it's a spirit.
You
it's
can
like,
feel it.
You can feel it. Yeah. And so you can either nurture this pneuma, or you can not use it, and you can go the other way. So there's the path of light, the path of darkness, right?
Exactly.
So there's two paths you could take, and the Gnostics said that was the way out was to nurture that pneuma. The way out of the way to enlightenment was to exit that.
Or else you keep being born here again and again and again. You got 800. I think it is 108 times that you can do this. Before, I think if you do it 108 times, to Vedic it says 108 times, and if you progress up in that, if you keep progressing lower, pretty much like you go to the recycle bin, you get permanently deleted.
The underworld.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. You know, like in ancient Indian culture, they believe that if you're good, then you'll get rewarded in the next life, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll go up on that ladder. But if you do bad things, you will go down on that ladder. You will be a cockroach.
Well, the thing is, the more good things, like the better karma you have, the more good things are going to happen to you. But like,
exactly, it's a force multiplier.
The stronger your ego is going to be too. So it's kind of like a temptation, right?
Oh, fucking oath, bro.
Like if you're born with a fucking, you know, you're gonna I'm gonna make you the sexiest man on earth next lifetime. How easy is it to abuse that, right? you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like whatever. Like I'm gonna give you the power of playing piano beautifully. You can either play it to inspire people, or you can play it to, I don't know, get pussy. I don't know. You know, like
what's your ego gonna do with that?
What's your ego gonna do with it?
You're gonna have a stoic mindset about it. Are you gonna
So yeah, it's interesting. But back to the creation story. So we have that kind of Gnostic thing, but the ancient Greeks believed, which is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
It all started from chaos. Everything started from chaos.
Kind of makes sense, but
it does.
You need order from chaos.
Well, you do need, and then exactly there was they talk about chaos ravaging the world, and then all of a sudden Uranos was created, the sky.
Yeah.
And from Uranos came Gaia, Mother Earth.
Yep.
And so you have Father Sky and you have Mother Earth. Same, all ancient stories talk about the same thing. You have the up and the down.
Yep.
And then, so you have you got the divine trinity here. You got chaos. You've got the Sky Father and the Mother Earth. You got the Trinity there.
Yeah, you got the whole Trinity.
And then from there came the children, and then Uranos started to turn a bit twisted. He thought, like, my children are going to eat. My children are going to try to take over me with all my power.
Yeah,
this tremendous power I've got. What do I do? And so, you know, eventually they have battles and whatever. Kronos, the first son, I think they're trapped in Tartarus, which is the womb of Mother Earth, right?
The giants.
They're trapped in Tartarus. And so I think there was 3 Titans that were trapped there. And so Kronos frees himself. Guy feels sorry for Kronos and says, take this diamond scythe and go
cut through.
Kill your father or something. Yeah. So he goes, and I think the story is actually that he stabs his balls, whatever.
Yeah, so
he's searching in the clouds, he finds him, and all of a sudden blood comes out from the whole sky, and there's a roar, and we can see this roar is like almost like a fucking volcano eruption. Yeah, and so they say for thousands of years
there was volcanic eruptions.
The sky was red.
Yeah,
which is what happens when there's a giant volcanic eruption or something.
Sky goes dark, red. There's just shit hits the fan.
Exactly, and then they say Earth was plentiful after that for thousands of years. The fruit.
Well, it kind of makes sense because all this new volcanic minerals has just been released. And
organic matter, and ash is super strong.
Yeah. It's full like this. That's the shit that you need. Like when you look to all the tropical countries, especially the ones that have the most volcanic activity, they're the greenest. They have the most bioavailable soil. Like Sadhguru talks about the soil all the time. The soil in those areas where the land has been created the most recently, especially after these myths and legends and these stories,
but they talk about the earth being so plentiful in food, and I think if I was to walk in nature and try to find food, I couldn't do it. There's no food there. You know, there might be little roots and the knowledge I don't have about like indigenous culture. Yeah. You know, I might be able to find food, but
not too much.
You know,
Chitty grubs.
Yeah, but they say the earth was just plentiful of food. It was easy to find food, and everything was. It would have been different. They would have had different plants. Like if you look at a soursop and durian and like all those ancient looking plants, they haven't been modified as much.
Yeah, that haven't been modified
at
as
all.
Much,
maybe
right?
I don't know.
And then you look at like now you got a banana. It's like bananas.
It's like that big.
Yeah, bananas are tiny and just have seeds in them.
Yeah.
So like
the banana shouldn't look like my banana.
Yeah. It's all right, you're non-GMO there, relax.
My banana's GMO'd, man.
We're going that way very soon. Bro, they're saying that robots are going to go, they're going to have Tesla bots by 2025.
Tesla bots.
Have you heard about that? Elon Musk came out and he's like, yeah, we're going to have Tesla bots by 2025. But he's full of shit, bro. He never can meet a deadline. Nah. So I reckon.
He's like a tradie, man.
Yeah, bro. He's just behind schedule all the time. So I reckon maybe by 2030. But he's doing these marketing campaigns, right? Saying, we're going to have Tesla bots. They're going to be able to, cook, clean, pump your missus. Who the fuck knows what's going on, bro? And it's going to be 30 grand. It's going to be 30 grand to get one of these robots. And they'll be able to like do general chores around your house.
That's fucked.
Like people are going to love that, bro. People are going to be so enticed by that. Like, we've got a robot.
Another way to laziness, you know? It's another way to laziness.
The world's so lazy, man. Hey, we'll get back to the myths and the mythology. Where were we at? We were talking about Kronos just cut his old man's.
Yeah, so cut his old man's Archidia, and then the earth was plentiful and beautiful. There was a party, and then one of those nights he was dreaming, and his dad came to him in his dream and said, "You're going to end up the same way that I ended up. You're going to end up being scared of your children because they're going
good luck
because your children are going to kill you."
Yeah, wow.
And he thought, "Fuck, my children are going to kill me." But it's kind of like there's a paradox to it because Kronos ended up eating all his children, the 12 gods.
That's right.
And Zeus was the last one to not get eaten.
Yeah.
And they were all in his stomach, right? But the reason they killed him was because he was eating them. If he didn't have that dream, he never probably would have done it. So there's like fate comes into
and then
play
what's
as well.
Kronos?
Kronos
is time. It's like
Kronos. Yeah,
Kronos
of course.
is time. So
they're all primordial kind of beings of there's like, is there a god of time? Who's to say there's not an actual like like a physical entity, whether it's a physical third dimension or whether it's in other dimensions,
Yeah.
there is actually in like an entity of time.
Yeah, like what
That
was that
represents
first
time,
thing of the time? Like when I blacked out on ayahuasca at the peak of my ayahuasca trip in Peru, yeah.
Yeah.
And I blacked out, like it was hectic, yeah. And it took me to nothingness, yeah. I was just conscious, floating in the middle of infinite darkness.
Was it scary?
It felt like some fucking primordial substrate of like sandbox pre-creation. It was really strange, bro. It was really strange. And I was just like, fuck, how long am I going to be here for there? Like,
How long did it feel?
what's going on? Bro, it felt like I was there for fucking a long time, bro.
Like years, months, hours?
Years.
You had been there for years, or
It felt like I was there for a fucking long time, bro. A long time, not just like fucking a couple of hours or some shit. I felt like I was gonna be there forever.
real time? I mean, like this time.
Yeah, and then
This
it
dimension? How long
transported
was
me
it?
out of it, bro. But I just kept thinking about the flower of life during that.
Really?
Something about the ancient geometric symbol, the flower of life. I think it was trying to show me, like, draw the first circle. It was telling me to draw the first circle. And I was just sitting there, like, floating.
You're just floating through space.
Yeah, yeah.
Any stars?
And then
Were
I
there any
came.
stars there, or
Nothing.
just emptiness, black?
Nothing. No stars were even created yet, bro.
Fuck.
I know, right?
Was it chaotic?
No, it was super peaceful.
It's
It was
peaceful.
so peaceful that it was just like, is this what happens when we die?
Was it boring?
It was, yeah, it kind of got a bit boring.
Like at the start, it was beautiful, but then you got bored of it, or
At the start, it was kind of nice because it just feels like you're super relaxed, yeah.
Then you got bored,
There's
huh?
no stress, no anything.
that's my biggest fear in life. If I had that, I'd freak out. Like that's my biggest fear.
I started
Things
to
getting
be like,
boring.
what the fuck's going on here? Like, it started getting like frustrating, and then it left that. I left.
Did it become chaotic at any point though?
No.
No. Okay.
After
That's
that,
alright.
I left wherever that was. I went through another portal, and then I came to another area that was very chaotic, and it was showing me how the world was going to get fucking annihilated. And I'm like, cheers, bro. And this shit's in this was back in 2018, bro. This is before COVID,
yeah.
bro. I saw this shit.
So it's unbiased.
It showed me the whole world getting sick and dying. And I'm like, what? What? And then as soon as the fucking like all that shit started happening at the start of 2020, I was like, oh, okay.
It's
Here we
the start
go.
of the end. Yeah.
What's going on here? Is this was that trying to tell me about
I
this?
find it so interesting that you were just floating through space and it wasn't chaotic though, because
There was nothing
So
there, bro. It was
wasn't-
infinite blackness.
yeah,
It was just
that before everything was created? Was it just after the chaos got sorted
what was it
into order?
what was it trying to show me? Like there was literally no chaos to order. That's what it showed me.
There was not even
There
chaos.
was not even any chaos to form order.
Maybe it was before the chaos even started.
That's what I mean. I'm like, what were you trying to show? I'm still trying to understand it. I journal about it. I write it down. I just, I'm still trying to figure it out. To the best of whatever the research that I've done is, I think in order to create the order before the chaos came, because I think from what I've gathered is the order came first, and then there was chaos. The order came through the flower of life symbol, created the first circle.
I see.
And then it created other circles around it to create the fruit of life and all the geometric patterns based off the initial circles. And it was just self-replicating of itself, right?
Yeah, I see.
That's what created the order. Chaos ensued afterwards.
Yeah, I see.
So I think it was showing me before order.
But the chaos has to be ordered though, because like when you're,
Of course.
when you get like a bit too cooked, right?
Yeah.
And or maybe you don't get this, but I get when I get too cooked, and this is like 3-4 paths, like it becomes chaotic.
Of a
because-
Jaws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it becomes chaotic, and my mind can't comprehend. It's beautiful, but my mind can't sort through the chaos to create order from it.
Yeah,
And that's what it is. So I'm in divinity, but it's not divine. It doesn't feel divine. It's chaotic and it's frustrating because I can't sort through it. So your brain lets down the guards and it just opens up to all this energy that's coming through. And of course, the energy in this age is probably not what it was like 50, 100 years ago. So
No,
it
not
probably
at all.
would have been a different vibe as well back then.
Definitely.
So you're taking in all these different energies, probably some dark energies as well that are coming through. And it can be seen as like, it can be a bit dangerous, I reckon, getting a bit...
Well, also, like, how strong is cannabis now compared to what cannabis
It's
was?
not natural anymore, is it?
It's fully GMO, bro.
Even the seeds, like you grow it now, it's not the same seed
Everything's
as it was.
And why are the doctors and everyone pushing cannabis now? Like, they're pushing it so hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a great tool. I love weed. It's fantastic. For me, I seem to gravitate toward it more than alcohol. I've just always been like that. Fucking Kamal works at like Medigreen. He's got like a job. He's the manager of like a cannabis pharmacy. You can get like over 200 fucking things on your prescription now. But it's like, why now? Why now? Is it because it's so strong and it's just fucking knocking cunts out and they're not thinking about what's going on? They just want to subdue the population so then they can get all the laws passed, and then by 2030 we're living in a Orwellian 1984. Is that why cannabis is now legal? Is it only because it benefits a certain,
There's an agenda behind it. 100%.
a certain agenda? Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for you to be sitting there greening out on the couch. You should be in nature. You should be interacting with people. You should be having fun. Like
a lot of people out there just want to get the strongest weed, and like you can get weed that's like 30% THC prescribed. Like, I've tried it.
Yeah.
Bro, you smoke it and it's like you've had an edible and you're stoned for like 2 days. It's still like the half-life in it just
and
sticks
then you get
around.
disassociated as well.
Yeah,
and
man.
You don't feel like you're in your body anymore.
It's crazy.
Not that I've had that, but like I've felt disassociation, and when I hear people talk about disassociation from weed, I'm like, fuck, why the fuck would I do that, Waking up the next day, I'm cooked and I don't even still feel like I'm...
Generally the disassociation, the wanting to disassociate comes from not being happy where you are, right? You want to escape. It's like a form of escapism to disassociate. Like they say ketamine is like big for that.
Really?
You do ketamine to disassociate from reality and put yourself into a different kind of reality.
I haven't done Ket before, but...
Oh, you haven't? Yeah.
Don't...
I haven't done Ket either. So I wouldn't know. No,
Yeah.
definitely.
No, but... yeah, it's interesting. Like, I often feel like it's like I got too high.
Yeah.
And then my some astral body or one of the etheric bodies, one of those bodies that's above the physical, it hasn't exactly made its way back in yet. That's what it feels like for me. So my mind's here, my mind's awake, but like my astral body, my etheric body, whatever causal body, one of them hasn't come back yet because it got too high. It got too high up and it's still making its way back. Yeah, that's how it feels for me at least.
Oh, that's interesting, bro.
Yeah, that's what it feels like when I disassociate. But
you want all your angels with you, bro.
Well, yeah, you want to,
especially in this day and age.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, bro.
You want to just call on the angels.
Fucking, bro.
Well, it's interesting that angelology is so interesting. There's all the
Which one's
orders
your
of
favorite?
angels.
Archangel Michael.
I like the Seraphim.
Oh yeah,
the Seraphim. Like I think they're the highest order, or maybe Cherubim is first, but I think it's a Seraphim. And they're
Seraphim.
like, have you seen those videos of the accurately, they're in church. If you've ever been to like a Greek Orthodox church and you see the Seraphim, they've got 8 wings and they're like these, like,
they got the big fucking
mind-blowing.
The steel spears ready to fucking shake
but they're like,
cunts.
it's like, look up Seraphim. You'll be like, what the... Hey, Jamie, look up...
We do Jamie's job now. Jamie's been outsourced, bro. Oh, whoa. Cody.
But yeah, anyway, so...
The Seraphim.
The Seraphim, oh, you didn't delete the first bit.
Hey. It's hard. I can't see the
Oh
keyboard.
shit! I can do it here as well, can't I?
You can.
Sorry,
you can.
bro.
You Jamie too, bro. You got a keyboard.
So yeah, look at that. That's what.
Like this guy, huh?
But they're not even. It's not even that. It's
That's
more
more Nordic.
that. Go to that top right one.
That one.
there. That's
That's what it would look.
See that.
Wow, bro.
See-
Look how many eyes.
And you know who was that?
Who?
The most highest seraphim. So the seraphim are the highest seraphim
Wow.
was Lucifer.
Yeah.
Lucifer was one of those.
He fell so far.
And he fell so far. So he was still that angelic in that dimension.
Bro, if you think
But
about
Lucifer
it though,
still
yeah.
came down.
If you think about it, right, just like Judas had to play that role.
Lucifer had to play that role too. See, maybe Lucifer wasn't all
Just
so bad.
to see how the plebs on earth, what they're going to do. So everyone's playing their role,
Yeah.
right, to see how we will play,
For the great cosmic.
how we will play our role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
all a big role-playing game, bro.
It's a whole cosmic role-playing game.
Yeah, it's a
But there's
massive
also a
multiplayer
battle-
online.
It's also a cosmic battle between
It is
good and evil. It's not
Yeah.
just like, oh,
chaos and order.
it's not just like I'm role-playing. You know at the end of the day that I'm me. Like, what, do I even know that you're still good anymore? Are you still role-playing? Or have you actually taken up... Are you actually like properly evil now?
Yeah,
But
because
nah,
there's
he knows
hidden.
what he's doing.
It's hidden, bro. Look how many eyes this cunt has. He can see into everyone's soul, bro.
Oh, man, that's...
You're made out of wings and eyes. That's like the king.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can fly and see everything, all seeing, all going. He's in God mode, pretty much.
Pretty much. And Lucifer's the light bearer too. So it's also like you're the bringer of light.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's to me it's
But
just
you know something? The Satanists, do they worship Lucifer or do they worship the other?
well,
one?
see, I think Satanism is this but worse.
Okay.
Much worse than this.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Luciferianists could be like me and that people might like proper Christians would call us Luciferians because
Okay.
we might believe in angels or we might believe in anything else apart from Christ as the savior.
Okay, yeah,
So we might believe in spirits and stuff, whereas they think no, like that's not what God is. You should
like,
just believe in
for
Jesus
example,
Christ.
the-
So anything that's away from God,
Yeah.
anything that's a little
Anything's
bit
away.
off the path of just pure God, letting God take control, is a bit Luciferian.
Okay.
So if you do any kind of, and even if they're good rituals, it's still considered like partly Luciferian, but it's not Satanistic. You know, you're far off.
Bro, I live
you're
in
far
Fra-
off sacrificing children.
No,
That
no.
shit,
But
you know
like,
what I mean?
what's going on? Because like, there's kind of sacrificing children out there, probably. You know, I've seen right.
Mm-hmm.
Just I live in Frankston, right?
Yeah,
But I see people wearing like the pentagrams.
upside down pentagram.
Yeah,
yeah,
they openly wear it.
like the facing down.
I was at
pointed
NQR
down,
and
or-
there was a girl wearing the upside down pentagram just around her necklace.
Bro,
she
my-
didn't give a shit, bro. She didn't give a shit. I was just like, I should have fucking like took an extra slab of whatever I was getting. I didn't steal. Totally should have, bro.
You want to hear this?
Yeah, go.
I don't know if I should say it here actually, but I'm gonna say
It's
it
up
anyway.
to you. Yeah,
So-
go for it.
One of my exes, well,
One of your many exes
no,
there.
I've only,
Too many.
I've only really had two girlfriends.
Bullshit. So
No, seriously. She had a inverted pentagram with Baphomet on the fucking
Baphomet. That's
on
what
the-
they all fucking believe.
yeah,
that
on
they
the
Satanists.
blanket. And I realized I was like, you know, when I went for sleepovers and whatever, like I'd wake up and I was like, wait, what the fuck? There's Baphomet on this blanket. Like,
Brother, ugh.
what
is this, cuz? What is
She had
this?
no clue.
Oh, she
but
didn't.
like, she had no clue. No fucking idea, man. She just thought it was fashionable.
Oh no.
Which is kind of like,
It's fashion, babe.
But
Bro,
still,
they're the
like, I'm
evilest
thinking-
cunts, bro. They worship Baphomet, all those fucking fashion.
well,
cunts,
Baphomet,
bro.
yeah, Baphomet. Some people say it's good, but it's also like,
But who's Baphomet? So this
Baphomet's
is
transgender too, mind you.
Yeah, well,
Then these people that are running the world are worshipping a
Baphomet.
transgender god.
well, and also Baphomet is when you look at the king, whatever Charles, fucking Prince King Charles, that painting that they did.
Yes,
Of
yeah. Baphomet's
That's
the
Baphomet,
goat.
bro. So who's Baphomet, bro? Who's this cunt?
Who's Baphomet?
Who's this Baphomet cunt, bro?
I think
That they're
depending on
worshipping.
depending on, I don't know, but you know,
Is he mates with this Lucifer or Lucifer's different? That's what I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know
work
how it
out.
works. I think Baphomet.
I should change the screen, bro. Should I?
This isn't evil.
He's not evil.
No, it's not evil. No.
This is when he was on God's side still, yeah? No?
There's many seraphim. It's not just Lucifer. Lucifer's not the only seraphim.
But that is the picture of Lucifer. That's what you're saying.
That's not.
That's just a seraphim. That's just a random.
It's just a random seraphim.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I thought because I was looking at that. I'm like, is that?
All we know is that they got 8 wings. Is that 8 wings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe more. I'm not sure. Anyway, they got.
It looks like a hyperfractalized visualization there, man.
Mm-hmm. So trippy.
They're good. They're good guys.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Even Lucifer might be good to some extent, but
he had to play that role.
But
Baphomet looks like pure evil, bro.
Baphomet does look,
like a pure encapsulation of evil and chaos and everything that encapsulates that.
I think
just hell.
You know the tree of life?
Yeah.
So you got the tree of life, right? Everything that's up here is also inverted, as above, so below.
Yeah, Hermetic
I think
text.
what's happened is where you got Lucifer.
Yeah.
You got the start of the inversion.
Yeah.
And then Baphomet's just like that, like keep on. You've kept on going down that rabbit hole. You went too far. Like that's where it turns into Baphomet or wherever you've gone down that. That's the only way I can think of it. But don't know how it all ties in.
No. But like some people
it's a mystery.
Some
like
people full worship that. Like
yeah.
Like well, it looks like the King of England does.
Oh, I know, man. I know that. But how amazing was the painting though? Like itself for him to have painted that.
Did he paint that?
Not King Charles. The painter.
The guy that painted it.
The guy that painted it, like, he knows his shit. He knows exactly what he's doing. There's no way you can accidentally paint a mirrored version and it looks like, but not just like, it wasn't just one face of Baphomet. There was many faces, all little fractals of Baphomet, you know? So yeah, pretty scary.
Very scary, bro. That
it was like
most of the population won't notice
super demonic. Super
demonic.
And you see his eyes look cold. There's like some red.
Even he was scared, bro. Even he was scared. Like that when he pulled the thing back. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
But it's you, cuz. You worshiping Baphomet.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on? We're in the fucking battle in the spiritual war here.
I know.
Light versus dark. What side are you on, cuz? What's going
man.
on?
But yeah, so yeah. But with the myths and stuff, they all tie in together. And so eventually you got Zeus. We'll go back to Zeus.
Yeah,
Zeus is hiding away from his father Kronos.
Yep.
And are they working?
Yeah, cameras are all good. I just check them every 15 to make sure everything's fucking running sweet.
So
we're an hour and 30 in, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we've already done an hour and 30 minutes.
See that.
Keep going with Zeus.
Zeus, finish up whenever you want to finish up. But yeah, Zeus is hiding away in Crete in a cave.
No
right?
Shit.
He's hiding away in a cave.
With the Minotaur. He's kicking it with the Minotaur.
Oh, maybe. Who knows? And so every time he cries as a baby, the ground shakes so much. And you have these special soldiers that have come down. I forgot the name of them. The soldiers come down and they bang their shields and they do an ancient war dance, right?
An ancient
war dance.
Wow.
And the war dance is called Birichios. And Plato, all these ancient people talk about Birichios. And the Birichios, they say, comes from the Black Sea, or they say it comes from the Doric. There's two different like places they say it comes. Doric is like Sparta, or the Black Sea where Pontus is. So Pontus is like where the Pontian people are from, and they have their Birichios. That's where the Birichios dance is from, where they say, and they're the only people that dance it today.
Wow,
Birichios, and it's his war dance. It's beautiful. They call it Seta, and it's you just see it and it's majestic. And the ancient Greeks. Some of the philosophers and like Plato and stuff have said that. I think Herodotus maybe, and they say that they all dance this war dance, all the ancient Greeks, because it helped them in battle. And so these ancient Cretans were dancing this war dance to drown out the sound of Zeus, so that Kronos wouldn't find him.
No shit.
And so he was grown up in the forest by a special goat. A special kind of goat, like some goat, and
a Capricorn.
Aetos, which is an eagle, a special eagle, and you can see, and the eagle was considered to be, the eagle's amazing, right? In the Orthodox religion, you've got the double-headed eagle, right?
Yeah,
faces east and west. It faces both sides.
Yeah,
but that it actually symbolizes being able to cross into the upper dimensions
and the lower dimensions.
The eagle was the one who crossed over, and the Pontians, of course, love the eagle. That's like they worship the eagle, right? The eagle's so important, and so the eagle crossed into the eagle was a messenger for God, and for the heavens came down and spoke to the demigods and stuff, right? So Zeus was really close with this eagle called Aethos, and we can see that there's double-headed eagles all over the world. You know? India's got the Ganduberuda, I think. The double-headed eagle. It's so common. We've got Bunjil, you know, for the in the dream time, the creator is Bunjil.
A double-headed eagle.
I don't know if he's double-headed, but he's a kookaburra.
Oh, it's a kookaburra,
because the earth here, the land here doesn't have eagles.
That's right.
Or maybe, I don't know if we do or don't, but they've got kookaburras. And so the natives...
plenty, kookaburras are plenty.
Kookaburra, Bunjil, the eagle, the equivalent
that's
was...
That's secret name, kookaburra.
Kookaburra, yeah. I remember that. Anyway, so... Yeah, Zeus was raised there, and he came and freed his brothers and sisters from the belly of Kronos. He cut them out, and there's a whole story behind it. But anyway, that's what he did. And so everything from there unfolds, and that's where we get all these beautiful ancient mythologies.
I know, it's
we get
so
the demigods having
bro.
myths. We got Orpheus and
even
Eurydice.
Athena came from Zeus, bro.
I know, it's beautiful.
Crazy.
Yeah.
His brain, she came out of his head.
That's it, bro. There's all these.
Nuts,
but there's secret meanings behind it.
I know, and it's beautiful.
And the thing is, it's the same archetypes in these stories that we see in modern stories today. You know, you see the hero's journey. You see all types of different archetypes. So
true, man.
So it's the ancients.
And these are
knew
important
what they were
stories.
about.
These are important things to pass down, and they were passing it down.
They're still being passed down.
I know, and never stopped.
And you can't lose stories. That's just what it shows.
People love Greek mythology now. Like, so many people are like, they go out of their way to learn it because it's so interesting, bro.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
I think it's some part it reminds them of ancient antiquity as well. They think
it would.
They think, like maybe their souls were around at that time. But when I think of ancient Greece, I feel like I know what it was like. I can't think of like many ancient cultures and think, oh, I know what ancient Egypt was like. I know it, but I know what ancient Greece was like. Like I know it. Like I hear the lyre, like the the harp. They called it the lyre, and I hear it, and I'm like, I've heard this before. Yeah, I've heard this before, 100%.
And it sounds like straight to your core. You feel it, like your soul.
Yeah,
and it's like opening up like a little channel to a previous life.
To a previous life, 100%. Yeah,
you know, probably lived.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I feel like that for Greece, but I also feel like that for South America for some reason, man.
You feel like South America?
Yeah, the Mayans and the Aztecs and the
I've been looking at this a bit here. This is beautiful. Is it a painting? I can't even see
that one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Mayan?
That's just Machu Picchu. Some street kid drew that. I bought it off him for like $5.
That's beautiful, man.
He
would have appreciated that $5.
Yeah, he did.
Well.
And then I think I gave him 10. That one, it was a bit more. I got it off some lady.
Is that a painting or like?
Yeah, it's just painting on cloth, bro. No. Yeah, bought it in 2018.
It's majestic. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's pretty good. But yeah,
and it's got the Nazca lines there too. The monkey.
Oh yeah, I can see
the hummingbird, and they've got about 26 lines. I've been there. I've seen it.
You've seen them, huh?
I didn't go on a plane.
Yeah, you got to see it from a plane, don't you?
I went up like a 6-story fucking steel staircase thing.
Oh, they actually built one there.
To go up. So I saw it from that, but I could only see the hummingbird and the monkey. There was heaps of other ones too, but obviously, like, you can't see. But how the fuck did they do them so long ago?
I've seen a video. I've actually seen a video of crop circles being made.
Yep.
Like proper ones, and there's orbs that go there. And it is supposedly a real video compared to the fake shit out there.
Yeah.
But orbs floating by it, they go in, they float by it, and then they just zoom off and the thing's there.
Wow.
And there's always like radioactive matter left over. Like if you, they kind of just print it.
Imprint it into
it just happens like,
fuck off.
So they got technology we don't, which is like, what we know they got.
We know that now,
but they're using something that we just haven't.
Bro, how have we evolved this quickly, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, when I was a kid, like, I'm probably 10 years older than you. When I was a kid in the 90s, we were just, like, phasing out of fucking cassette tapes.
Yeah.
We had cassette tapes, Walkmans, going around with Sony Walkmans. We had
Stranger Things.
VCR,
It's like Stranger
bro.
Things.
Yeah, I grew up as Stranger Things. That
Yeah.
was my reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it switched to DVD.
Mm.
And then before we know it, it switched to streaming platforms. Everything's in the cloud. Everyone's got a phone. I was in year 8 rocking a fucking champion hat, like with that logo on it.
Oh,
with
yeah.
a fucking rubber band on it, bro.
With a rubber
In Chatty. You know, with a Nokia fucking 8250.
Oh.
You know, with the little thing on the back of it, and it had like this radiation, and you would know someone's calling you because your phone would be emitting radiation like 1 second before the phone would ring because you've like stuck a little sticker on the back of it. Yeah,
You're kidding.
that's what I had Snake, bro, and Snake 2. I grew up with that shit. Yeah, and then by the time smartphones came around, it was like game over. Every cunt had one.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
it
of
changed everything.
It's
bro.
nostalgic to think back. I mean, for me to think back before I had a phone, because I was like I didn't grow up with a phone, or like
It's good, bro.
I got an iPod when I was in maybe like year 7 or something, you know. But everyone had phones and shit, and I remember being the only one that didn't have a phone. And I'm just sitting there like, fuck, this is so depressing. Like, my mum won't give me a phone. My mum's a bitch, whatever. Like, I'm not actually thinking that, but I was thinking it. I didn't say
At
it.
the
but
time, you were just like, you wanted to feel included, bro.
I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be part of the cool kids. I wanted to fit in. And now I realize, fuck fitting in. Like, I'm not like them. I don't care
Bro,
if I'm like them or not. I'm
the-
like you. I want to be like Vasili. I want to be like Kamal. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. We met you when you were 19
Yeah.
at the thing. And like,
Yeah.
how old are you now?
23.
23. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we met you 4 or 5 years ago. And, bro, we and Kamal were both like, because we went to this thing, right? It was like on Facebook, whatever it was. Yeah. It was like he was going to teach us about something. It was like a seminar on Facebook.
Gnosis,
Gnostic or something. And then we get there and it's just like me, Kamal, you.
It's a bit of cult, wasn't it?
And a random Irish woman that was like 45 years old, like, hey, how are you? You know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, is that it? And then we walk in and there's like a small 3 meter by 3 meter room, probably the same size as this room. And then there's a couple of chairs. We sat down and then this guy's like fucking holding a stick and he's like
Something felt a bit
stuff.
off about it.
And I was
it?
just like, and then whatever, did whatever, listened to him. Fucking, I think I bought a book off him because I felt, bad.
I bought a book off. I bought two
Bro,
books.
this book, bro. Yeah.
Let's see it. It was written by Samael.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
The
You
Three
know what's really
Mountains.
interesting?
Yeah.
So Samael, this is the guy they kind of like look up to, which Gnosis is like goes way further than
This
Samael
guy.
Unwar, whatever his name is.
Yeah, bro. It's not
South American, I think.
primordial, bro.
But
He's a human.
one of the names
Yeah.
for the demiurge
Yeah.
is Samael.
That is true.
One
It's
of the names of
true.
the demiurge is Samael. So maybe
gotta
it's
be
like,
be
is
careful,
is he
bro.
misleading us? Is there kind of some temptation to make us go off path? I don't know. I actually do think he's genuinely a good guy, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I want to go straight to the source. You know,
Fucking oath. I'm the
I want to.
same.
I want to listen to Buddha. I don't want to listen to Buddha's great nephew.
Yeah,
you know what
Buddha's
I mean.
mates,
He's gone through all the
niece,
temptations.
Third time removed.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
listen to what Buddha said. So you kind of always got to chase the truth in it, but.
But me and Kamal, I remember when we left there, we were just like, bro, we went there to meet Demetrius, cuz.
Yeah,
We
I
went there
to meet you guys
yeah,
too,
you
bro.
went there to meet us, bro. That was the whole point of it.
I drove to. It was Dandenong Ranges.
Yeah, cuz. Yeah.
So for you,
I
that's
drove
what?
from fucking Frankston to Dandenong Ranges.
How
You
far
drove
is
from
that?
Fitzroy to Dandenong Ranges, bro.
Fitzroy to Dandenong Ranges.
You
I don't-
probably just got your license, excited, going
Yeah.
somewhere.
And then my car broke down like a week after on the way there. On the freeway, it broke down like mid-peak hours. So I was
The
like,
Odyssey.
fuck. The Odyssey, mate. No, it was the Falcon.
Oh, the Falcon.
The station wagon
Yeah,
Falcon.
nice.
Gas, yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, man.
That's
But
crazy.
So much out there to learn and
Bro, there is. And I highly recommend, like, for someone, that doesn't really know too much about it, like, you might find it really interesting, and it might start like a journey for you in your life that, you might become a better person.
yeah.
Just by like opening your eyes a bit. You know, I'm sure that most of the people that are already listening to us and have listened this far, they're probably already agreeing with everything that we're saying.
Of course.
And they're already like just loving it.
Yeah.
So, but for the people out there that, you know, probably listen to this for the first time and they don't know too much about it, just fucking suss it out.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube or Spotify and just type in like ancient Greek gods or mythology, and
There's
so much stuff out there to just absorb, you know. And it's really beautiful stories passed down verbally since fucking the dawn of time, pretty much.
They're primordial.
Your
man.
primordial
like,
stories. Like you
you're
want to
learning about.
continue that. You want it's good to know.
Yeah,
you can't not know that, because we're going towards an artificial world that doesn't want us to know that. And we have to.
This is who we
keep
are.
that ember lit. We have to keep that torch lit, so that it can pass on to the next generation, or else everything will be lost.
Yeah.
And
what's sad is that lots of Christians don't like mythology because
there's only one God, Lord
God.
and Christ, Jesus Christ, our Savior.
I'm sorry, but there's still one. There's actually one God in the ancient myths as well.
Yeah,
there's one God.
Yeah.
It's just they've broken it down into multiple little bit. The same way the
Exactly.
Hindus have done it as well. They broke it down into thousands of gods that
Can't
of
people
all the
see
different
that?
attributes
They
of
can't
it.
see that.
They don't get it. But they're really important. The myths, they tell us everything from the archetypes. They teach us stories about everyday life, how we can, the same battles we go through now, the same battles they went through thousands of years ago.
Exactly.
The same struggles of the soul still haven't stopped.
Yeah.
There's always the same struggle of the soul.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just read the
They can
myths.
help ya.
Read the ancient myths.
Yeah.
But they don't even have to be Greek. They can be Egyptian, can be...
Viking, bro. They can
Yeah,
be.
don't support the
Indian.
Romans, but...
I'm sure
They got some
even
interesting stuff.
even like before Islam, there would be some myths in those in those cultures as well, you know, like before all the main religions. If you look back before that,
Well, in Persia they had Zoroastrianism, stuff like that. That's
all their
been around
fractal architecture in their churches. It's just like what's going on there.
Yeah, their mosques are beautiful.
The Sumerian texts, they're talking about how they spliced human DNA with their own to create us. So
Getting into some Billy Carson stuff
there.
there.
we are. But, you know, we probably should wrap things up. It's an hour and 45 in.
Yeah.
Well, next time we'll do this, we'll get Kamal on too. We'll have 4 of us.
Mate, they'll be like Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, bad. It'll be mad fun.
That'll be good, man. Thank you for today. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for everybody for listening, and have a good day. Cheers. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.